Hey guys, it's Michelle again. The girls and I were going to make some pasta from scratch tonight and make some Alfredo sauce. So I thought this would be a great video to share with you guys. It's super easy. There's not a whole lot to it and it tastes way better than stuff you buy at the store. So we're going to be using the allrecipes.com basic pasta recipe. Super easy. You just print it off. It only requires 4 ingredients and a little bit of time. So we are going to take 1 egg each. And these are fresh from where?
Eggs.
Chickens.
Whose chickens?
You.
I don't lay eggs.
Our chickens.
Our chickens.
You know.
So we're going to start by lightly beating 1 egg, and we're each going to make our own. Okay.
Oh.
It's a whole egg, so you don't have to worry about keeping out. Nope, just stick it on the sink. I'll use them grind up. Willow has her own technique. All right, hers is already partially beaten. All right, so we're going to make sure we break the yolk. Lightly beat our egg. When it says lightly beaten, we want everything to be yellow. We don't want to have it separated white and yellow. So get that going. It's just like making scrambled eggs. To that, we are going to add salt. We want a 1/2 teaspoon. That's just about the palm of my hand. Salt. Okay. Yep. Beat that in there. Okay. All right. Then we're going to use some whole wheat flour for our noodles tonight, but you can use any all-purpose flour as well. They'll work just as fine. And it's making a mess. That's not a surprise. So 1 cup of flour for each of us.
That's it. All the salt because I have my bed and my bowl.
Nope, it's not going to fall out of your bowl.
It just went out of my bed. That's a lot.
It's 1 cup of flour,
Compared to her bowl.
1 egg, and it says about a 1/2 teaspoon of salt, but you can salt to taste. Okay, so we're going to mix that all up.
It fell into my top of my bowl. Looks like a.
Looks like when we make pancakes, huh?
It looks so
Wet. Your bowl's just a little bit little.
It looks so floury.
It's floury. Another technique you can use. Hey, Willow, you want to do the fun technique?
But yeah.
All right. So the other way you can do noodles is on the table or countertop. You would make a well in your flour. That just means that you make it into a mound and you pull it apart and make a little opening in the top. And you would pour your egg and stuff into that. So instead of using your fork, now you're going to use your hands to mush it all together. Okay? You're going to pull your sleeves up? That sounds like a good idea.
So I don't get my sleeves wet. Get my bracelet. Well,
Okay?
It's going to fall off onto the floor.
It shouldn't. So then you're just going to continue to mush it together. Get it all well integrated. And
it
then
feels like flour.
feels like flour. Once it's kind of crumbly, we're going to take our measuring spoons and some water that we have right here. And we'll start by adding 1 tablespoon at a time.
Now it looks like dough.
It's starting to look like dough. That's good. That's what we want.
It looks
All right.
like dough. It looks so.
And then you're just going to mix it together.
It looks so. It feels like so much.
It looks like puppy
chewy.
chews.
It feels gooey.
It feels so chewy. It sticks in my hand.
My class made pasta this week, and they learned very quickly that it gets really gooey on your hands. So keep it moving, keep peeling it off. It'll be all right. Okay? So once you've got that 1 tablespoon mixed in really well, bring it back together. And it's going to take 2 or 3 tablespoons of water per batch. Hello, Pepe's going to be involved in our video. He's singing his song for us. Keep mushing it together.
Maybe Pepe can be part of our video.
No, Pepe's not helping make pasta. Pepe's a cat. For anyone who doesn't know, Pepe is our cat. He's not helping make pasta.
And our dog is not helping. He's
No.
a dog. He
No.
chases cats.
No, he doesn't. No, Flynn is not helping either. He's just guarding the floor waiting for snacks to drop.
Yes.
Which I don't think he'll really like these snacks.
Yes.
You never know. He enjoyed helping me earlier.
With what?
Getting things together for the sauce. I dropped some cheese on the floor and he was more than
Looks
happy to
like
help
my
clean that
hands
off.
are big.
Yeah.
With crumbs on them.
I'm working.
Just keep working it together.
Remember?
Add
Wow.
a little bit of water at a time. Don't add a lot because you'll end up with a really watered down, slimy sort of dough, and that's no good either. There you go.
Did you get hot?
It is warm water, yes.
Trying to get all the crumbs off my hands. This dough likes my hands. It likes all of our hands.
So your hands are wet, and it's also very powdery, so it's sticking to the pores in your skin.
Science.
Tough.
Get off my hands.
It's another little ball. But then it fell apart.
No. Get off my hands.
No.
Now, since we are using the whole wheat flour, it'll probably take a little bit more water than it would if we were using a basic all-purpose white flour. But we like our pasta a nice wheaty texture, so.
How do they do this?
You just keep mashing it.
Mushy, mushy. It feels so warm in the dough.
Each batch of dough makes enough for one really hungry person or two moderately hungry people. Be a great date night project. Really want to impress somebody you got a crush on, invite them over, make dinner right in front of them. But not until you're graduated from high school, children.
They are not doing that. We're making dough and flour. That for our family.
Shut it.
Huh?
The dryer is singing for us.
And he's also saying, hey, we're done with the washing.
Drying.
We are done with the washing. It was the dryer that was singing to us.
Oopsie.
So this is 100%.
This is whole
So 100.
wheat flour. So yes, it is. They keep all the stuff.
Oh, there was a hole in my volcano. It erupted.
Looking good, Willow. Make sure you're getting the flour off the table.
And
Try to turn it over and-
Donut.
There you go.
I definitely can't be on the cooking show. I'm one of the messiest cooks ever.
You know, I'm pretty sure they have a show for that. Worst Cooks in America.
I'm good.
Or that nailed it. You guys like that one.
I don't like being on TV.
Is that why we only see your
I don't
hands?
like doing the ad.
Is that why we only see your hands?
Well, that and I'm just going to the side because it's easier.
All right, so it's starting to come together. Starting to be
Get
doughy.
off this antenna. Push it away. I can stand up.
Move your stool. There we go.
Now I can stand up and get
There we
this.
go.
Oh, this is actually kind of fun. This would be a
Now, for any of my students, former or present, that are watching this, they know that we are following Miss L's rules of the kitchen. Willow, what did I tell you to do first? Tie your hair back.
yes.
No one wants to eat your hair.
Nope.
Nope. And then we put on what to cover our clothes?
My apron.
An apron.
Black.
And then we wash our
Hands.
hands. We're also all wearing closed-toed shoes, so nothing that falls will hurt us.
And I'm wearing it. Who said I have my names? I admit I'm not wearing.
You've got on tennis shoes.
Right better.
Emma's got on tennis shoes, and I'm wearing my boots because it's Friday. Friday is jeans day. Boots this time of year go very well.
Just to keep it wearing boots and jeans.
They
we're
also
all
keep my feet
wearing-
nice and warm on cold days, and I don't like
Mom
cold
are
feet.
wearing shorts.
All right, one more
Am
little
I
scoop of
wearing
water, and I
them?
think my dough is gonna be ready.
Let me make my volcano.
Try to get some stuff underneath there. He's just peacefully enjoying waiting for snacks.
Or he's probably just trying to fall asleep.
Would not blame him at all.
Okay.
So
Maybe
making your own pasta is super messy,
Yes.
but that is also part of the fun of it.
Yes.
So if you don't like getting your hands messy, this may not be the fun job for you.
Or maybe you could miss if you don't like getting messy and you like cooking, you can just put on gloves.
I suppose that would be an option.
And maybe tall gloves so you don't get your arms wet.
So once you get it to a doughy consistency, you want to knead it for a couple of minutes to build up those gluten strands. That's going to hold our pasta together.
So messy. Oh, mine's like the what is it called? Like
It's
the
so
really
wet.
wet ones.
It's so
Pretty
sticky and
big.
wet.
Mine always reminds me with the whole wheat of kind of like a large lump of oatmeal.
Yeah, that's what it is. Oatmeal.
My face.
Or like the very wet yeasty bread they use.
Here,
I'm gonna steal that little bit of water.
here's it coming together. Get all your crumblies off your fingers.
Collecting all my crumbs. Also, you always cook on a clean surface.
You
Yes.
should always cook on a clean surface. I don't care if it's pasta or otherwise.
And maybe if you don't want to get your surface dirty, you can put a
Little mat down.
There we go.
How's mine looking?
Looks good.
I'm gonna
All right, so
go like this and get all my crumbs off my hands.
Yep.
And the pieces. Boop, 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 boop. And also follow your mom's
I'm
directions.
sorry.
that's always good advice. I sure do.
I do.
I do.
So once your dough is fairly self-contained and nice ball form, it's not too loose, not too crumbly.
Make sure you collect all the stuff off your hand when you're done.
But once it gets to that stage, it should kind of peel it off itself. Just roll your hands on the dough, honey. It'll take it apart itself. Yep.
Like this.
Yeah, look at that. There we go. All right, so once we have our ball of dough and we're happy with it, it's about to get really messy. Emma, would you come up and sink for us? So the messiest part of all of this, and set that over the counter, is that once you are ready to roll out your noodle dough, you must have a heavily floured surface.
Wow.
It's about to get real floury in here.
Alright, no one smack the table.
I recommend having a really good broom on hand and using a surface that's easy to clean. This would not be something I would make in the living room.
Yeah,
Yeah,
make sure you
cook in
do
the
it
living room.
like on a big table that's wooden.
So you need lots and lots of flour for a pasta roller.
There's flour on the floor.
Yes,
There's
and
pasta on the
No,
floor.
there's flour on the floor.
That does not surprise me.
And there
there's
is a
flour
little bit
going
of
through that.
Flour has to go through there to keep it from sticking. So you want to make sure that your pasta roller is well floured. Otherwise, you're going to have
so big.
dough sticking and ripping. So from here on out, you want to keep your dough well floured so that it doesn't stick.
Yeah.
Okay?
Make sure you
Trying to
listen
start calling
to your
this one.
mom or your teacher.
I am a teacher.
Yeah, make sure you listen to her.
Well, if you don't listen, you won't be cooking in my classroom, huh?
I help turn it.
Well, when we do your batch. So you start off with the highest setting, which on this is a 9, and you're going to run it through and keep flouring as you go. That way it doesn't get all caught up in there and rip and tear. All right.
I'm just rolling it around.
Wow, that's
Now you want to, again, keep flouring. Every time you run it through, you want to make sure it's well floured. Flour is going to help keep it from sticking to itself and to your roller. What kind of pasta should we make, girls? Think we should make the linguine pasta or the spaghetti pasta?
Sit back.
Linguine, because we're making Alfredo sauce.
What's the
Linguine is the wide noodles
it's for Alfredo.
that you usually have when we have Alfredo. And spaghetti is the
I forgot all about that.
spaghetti is the smaller noodles, like when we have red sauce.
I know. No, spaghetti is.
Well, SpaghettiOs are just circled pasta.
She said spaghetti is, not
Oh, I
yes.
thought she said SpaghettiOs. I was like, SpaghettiOs are different.
No, I'm flattening it down. I'm gonna roll it around, flatten it down.
All right, sounds like a plan.
Roll it around, flatten it down. Yeah. That's good.
And pasta rollers are not super expensive. You can find them on Amazon for not that much. I think probably, depending on what quality you're looking for, $20, $30 if you want a basic one.
And make sure you have a adult.
Any tips or tricks? Like I said, keep everything well floured. And if it starts to tear, catch, or rip, just fold it over, flour it down, and put it back through again.
Mine
I
looks
guess,
like a weird rock.
I'm just making
looks like a
my
rock.
stuff going on my room.
When you
Ow.
look at it,
The whole wheat kind of makes it look potatoey to me.
Yeah, because you have crumbs on your hands, just go rubby, make sure your dough is out of the way, and just then roll it over when it's all done. Then make sure you
So
wash
start off
your
on a
hands.
9, which is the widest setting, and that's where you're gonna put your raw dough that hasn't been stretched yet through. And then slowly you're gonna turn it down a couple notches at a time,
That's
and you're gonna continue to roll it through.
fun.
And try not to step on your dog. He's sleeping peacefully and minding his own business.
Yes.
And every time you turn it down and you pass it through, it's gonna get a little thinner and a little thinner, and that'll be great when it's time to start cutting the noodles. That way you won't have big, thick, chunky noodles. And every time you run it through, it gets thinner and thinner and longer and stretched out.
more noodles.
I can see my hand now.
And again, keep everything well floured. When it gets less floured, that's when things start getting ugly, they start tearing, or you'll have to start all over again. Nobody wants to do that. And of course, today's the day I've been losing my voice all week, so it's a good day to make a video.
How does it look?
A lovely potato.
Totally.
Like the
Do
potato
you have any
man.
potatoes I can compare it to?
I'm sure there are some potatoes around here.
In science, we were supposed to be making a little circle drawing to show that we know what centripetal means. Like
Centripetal?
centripetal, yeah.
Mm-hmm. And what is centripetal?
It's where
Oh,
this is hard. It has to do with the circle.
It does. You're talking about your teacher doing an experiment. What did he do?
He took this square piece of cardboard, he covered it in foil, and he made
it
some
looks like the
holes
machine
and
is
tied
trying
4
to-
strings of yarn through it. And then he had a cup on it, and he spun it around with a cup, and then a cup full of water.
And did any of the water fall out?
I mean, that's one. When does it count when it's getting on the
Maybe
roof?
Pepe.
Well, if it was done correctly, it should not have, because when you spin something, The centripetal force will hold it against the wall of the cup. Centripetal force, when you are driving and you start turning a corner, it's what pulls you in the direction that you're turning.
You can see all the yeast holding it together.
It's not yeast, honey.
The crumbs.
Whatever it's called.
That's the wheat kernels.
Crumbs.
Yeah.
I say.
But where does wheat come from, girls?
Farms. Fields.
Bill, yes.
Where did Mommy grow up?
Kansas.
Kansas. So where does wheat come from?
Kansas.
Kansas. Do you remember when we went out last summer? What did we
Yep.
see in the fields?
Hay. But wheat.
Wait.
Sorry.
Weed.
Oh, we did.
We
I
definitely
mean, there
saw
were
wheat.
weeds out in the field.
It's true, but we definitely saw wheat fields being harvested, right?
Uh-huh.
Making that stuff.
All right, so
Cook before
now I'm
it's
done rolling it thinner and thinner. Now I'm ready to start rolling out the noodles themselves.
It's like
Copying it.
flour.
Copying it.
And Willow is karate chopping things. That dough is getting a nice massage.
I like that.
Oh, it's a little turning up. I didn't have it in there yet. All right, so now my dough is rolled out. Willow, you have to stop doing that. You're knocking pieces off. That is not how we treat our dough. So now that we've got it all thin, we're gonna roll it through here.
That's cool. This one.
And this is the fastest part of the whole process because our dough is nice and thin now, well worked.
And noodles taste amazing.
And there we have linguine noodles.
And flour.
Okay. So we just continue running our now nice and thin dough through the pasta machine.
It sort of looks like a bird from this angle. Like the head and the body and legs. And everything.
More noodles.
That's a lot of noodles. Noodles.
Yep, well, one
Not
batch.
noodles. Very like I said, noodles. Noodles.
Hi, Callie.
Hi.
Our oak tree shattered again.
It did.
I just
What
did
comes
that.
off an oak tree?
With the same
Oak wood.
glue that I had.
Wood.
You're What comes off an oak tree that the deer and the squirrels like to eat?
Oak wood.
Not walnuts, acorns.
Acorns. Acorns come off of oak trees. So now we have all of our noodles cut. We're gonna get the girls done, and we're gonna let these dry just a little bit while we make our sauce, and then we will toss these in the water. And it only takes a couple minutes.
They're not like Phil.
Doing. What are you doing?
He's too shy to be on camera.
That's why you can only see my hands.
And then we will toss them in some boiling water with a little bit of salt, and it'll take no time at all for them to get all nice and al dente.
That's all dainty.
Al dente means to the tooth. It means when you bite the noodle. All right. So we will make another video shortly that has our sauce recipe in it. But for now, you know how to make pasta. Bye, guys.